In 7th grade, my teacher, Mrs. Carver, gave me an F because she despised my family. So I worked my way up to become principal and terminated her employment just one day shy of her pension vesting. Mrs. Carver had been a fixture at Lincoln Middle School for 32 years, running her classroom with an iron fist. She was obsessed with her idea of ideal families and never hid her biases. My dad raised me alone. Mom walked out when I was 6. Dad pulled double shifts at the mill to keep us going, showing up to school meetings in his worn, oil-stained coveralls. Mrs. Carver would grimace when he entered, as if struggle carried a stench. Kids from shattered homes, she'd mutter to colleagues, loud enough for us to overhear, lack the roots for scholarly success. I poured my heart into a flawless essay on To Kill a Mockingbird, spending weeks digging into its historical backdrop and dissecting its themes. When she returned it with a bold red F, I was floored. "This is far too polished for someone like you," she declared, obviously copied. I tried to defend myself, showing her my notes, my drafts. She dismissed me. "Stop fabricating," she barked. "Your father probably hired someone to do this." The shame stung, but what hurt more was seeing her praise the same analysis in Emily Harper's work, whose mom sat on the district board, grading it an A+. That evening I told Dad. His face hardened, but he only said, "Life's not always just kid. Prove who you are." I vowed to do just that. I dove into my studies with fierce resolve. Every sneer, every patronizing glance from Mrs. Carver drove me harder. I graduated as valedictorian, secured a full ride to State University, and earned a master's in educational leadership. For 15 years, I climbed the ranks. I started as a substitute, moved to department chair, then served as assistant principal at 3 schools. I mastered school policies, union rules, and retirement regulations. When Lincoln's principal job opened, I jumped at the chance. The board was impressed by my resume. In my interview, I shared how a certain teacher sparked my passion for education. They ate it up. Mrs. Carver was still teaching, now 67, inching toward retirement. Her pension would lock in after 35 years. She had 11 months to go. I began tracking everything: her tardiness, her early exits, her misuse of school resources. She still favored certain students and made cutting remarks about others' backgrounds. The final straw came when she sneered at Jamal Carter, whose mom worked nights as a janitor, calling him another charity case bound for failure. This time I had witnesses. At an urgent board meeting, I presented a dossier: years of ignored complaints, statements from past students, proof of her biased conduct. "This is about one off day?" Mrs. Carver argued. "No," I replied evenly. "This is about 34 years and 11 months of them." The board's decision was unanimous. As security let her out, she stared at me, realization dawning. "You're that mill worker's kid," she murmured. "That mill worker's kid who's now your boss," I corrected. She lost it all: pension, benefits, respect. Last I heard, she was stocking shelves part-time at a hobby shop. I kept Dad's mill photo on my desk my entire career. Turns out fractured homes can build some pretty sturdy foundation.